Welcome, everyone, to the show. My name is Brian Bacchus, and my co-host for today is...
Jamal Smith. I'm the co-host for every day.
So. Exactly. We just wanted to come in and let you know that we are the co-hosts of the co-hosts.
Yes, indeed. This is, by the way, episode 111, just like Highway 111 in Palm Springs.
Yeah. I'm on the Highway 111. Yeah, that don't match, but I just want to give you a song. So, of course, today's theme is Way Back Wednesdays, where we don't always talk about everything way back. Sometimes we talk about wellness. Sometimes we talk about other things that are pertinent. So the Way Back Wednesdays moniker may not always ring true. I know some of you have noticed that when you watch the shows, especially when Tony has some breaking news. And then she pops in and takes over the show, which is welcome because we're here to provide you with the news and information and announcements and resources that you need to get through this tragedy called Eaton Fire. And, we just are trying to be here for you every day. I know that we're the longest running podcast in the world that speaks about Altadena.
Yes, indeed.
We will probably continue to be setting a Guinness Book of World Records for being the longest podcast about Altadena. So
we should just create our own category and just reach out to them and just say, "Hey, give us the award."
Exactly, because no one's going to beat us ever. You would have to have started 5 months ago. In fact, we would have to fall off for 6 months in order for you to catch up. And I don't think there's anyone on Earth. I like to say it that way.
Earth? Is that with an F?
Earth. EARF. Earth. Like Earth playing by itself, man. But anyway, we just want to make sure that you get the news and stuff that you need. And we're trying to become, we're not saying we are, but we're trying to become the voice of Altadena by showing up to all the events that we announce, as well as collaborating. So, Jamal, there are a few things that I just signed us up for this morning.
Oh, do tell.
A couple of the events. One's going on Pasadena City College from 6 to 8. I don't know if you got that one.
Hold on.
You get that one? It's PCC.
Is that with the senator?
I signed up and forgot to look. Hold on, let me look at my phone. And because I just did it while I was outside this morning. So let me go back to see if I can find that.
You know what? Dag burn it. All right, hold on. I got one from the senator. I know I was looking at it on my phone. It's from Sasha Perez.
Oh, it's called Collab and Care.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
It's at
when did this come? Saturday.
Today. It's Dina, or I'll send you.
Yeah, send it to me. I know I had something from her. But
I don't know if this is her. This was just something that I popped up when I was on the Altadena Talks page, Facebook page. It popped up, and I said, I think that's something that we need to be in.
Word.
So I will send it to Altadena Talks. I said it.
No, I don't want to.
The thing that I hate the most is
what's that?
When you're trying to do something on your phone and the little thing pops up that gives you the announcement like, you have connected, and then it stays there for like 5-10 seconds. You can't do anything until it leaves. You'd be like, oh, man. But I mean, it's there. Okay, so I just sent it to you. But basically, and I think everybody, it's a free event. They want you to go to Eventbrite. I'll make a short link later. But it says Dean organizers collab and care, uniting local organizers. And see, I'm doing now. Now I know what happens to you when you do it. Uniting local organizers and coordinated community-led action and advocacy. So it's a night of connection, strategy, and purpose for Dean organizers. Sponsored by Altadena Rising. Friday, 6 to 8. Doors open at 5:30 in the Pasadena City College Wi-Fi Lounge. They request that you go to the link and you get tickets. Now, they only allow you to get one ticket at a time. So please go and do that. Sales are going to end soon, which means that you're not going to be able to get in. So please check that out. I'm going to take that same link that I sent and make a short link of it.
Yeah, I'm actually about to share it. I was able to find
a nice
cool copy of it. So this is what Brian was talking about just now. We're going to do a short link eventually, and we're going to put it out there. But actually, it says you can RSVP by DMing them at Altadena Rising on IG.
Yeah, you can do it that way too. I didn't see that, wasn't on the Eventbrite.
Right. Or you could text them at 626-529-6424. But there was the other thing I was talking about was not that one. I thought I had taken a picture though. Anyway, hold on. Let me do this because I definitely want to include this. When is this? Because it's, you know what? I got time for it. You know what? I know that's why I didn't put it in there, because it's not until next Saturday, and I already have it on here.
PCC,
okay, cool.
Let's see. Altadena PCC. It's not as bad as LAS's or questions. But
I don't know. I still think that's pretty funny, and the fact that it's Marcus's password, I think it's just fun too. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just ironic that it was his password as well. So
it's AltadenaTalks.org/Altadena Rising PCC event. Because I couldn't put collab and care. That would have been too long. But there you go. Stop. Altadena Talks Foundation will be in the house to answer your questions. We'll be filming. We'll be talking to Altadena Rising and hopefully to get a quick interview with them to show you on Monday after. And I still haven't showed the video of what happened this past weekend.
Yeah, what's up with the video? I think we should have.
Right after this, in about an hour, I need to eat lunch. And then once this is done and I eat lunch, I'll put the video together so that you guys can see what we did.
Yeah, it's not like you had other projects that you had to do that took a long time. So I get it.
Yeah, we won't go into the extracurricular extras, but there's been some 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning sessions of me editing. So what you guys need to really understand is that what you see is what you get. You got 3 co-hosts who I know for me, this is like my full-time job, because we meet about an hour before, go over things. Sometimes we have guests. We have to make sure that their mics work, that their video is not lagging, that their background doesn't look unappealing, because the whole issue is when they come on, we want them to look good. We don't want you to be the Army Corps of Engineers and you sitting next to the trash cans. That's not going to be a good look. Unless you were on location and there's tractors in the background. Yeah, well, we know you're in your environment. But we don't want you sitting on the toilet, nothing like that. Talking about save, brother. I know we're supposed to start on time, but I had to go to the bathroom really quick. So, it's a lot to run this podcast. it looks easy because we have the technical skills to make it roll off to you.
Well, we've all figured out basic ways to make it work, and as we've talked about many a times, we kind of all have our individual roles. There are certain things that overlap, and especially when somebody's not there that normally does something, the other person has to kind of take over and kind of learn some stuff. Does she want to pop on? Oh, there she is.
Now you're looking like, oh, there you go, because you was looking like Kevin yesterday.
Down here.
Gilroy, like, hey, what's happening?
Oh, yeah, Gilroy.
I don't really want y'all to go up here.
Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day.
Thanks, same to you.
So we were just talking about how much we saw. And now that our third person is here, this woman, this is like her full-time job, because not only is she on here spitting the knowledge to you, but she did extensive research. She's met with all these people. This is like her full-time job.
Man.
So we all got these full-time jobs that are separate positions.
Right. We got real work. We got real job on top of this.
On top of this. But that's what I was telling earlier. I said, I was up till 2 in the morning doing that re-edit for that lady's video. That I had to do. So, people request stuff. They wanted to look a certain way. Certain aesthetics got to be there. You got to, step up to the plate and hit that home run, that grand slam, and walk it off.
Tony looked like she needed a few more winks.
Yeah.
I'm tired,
you pulled at me, huh? You woke up and said, oh, dang, it's show started.
I've been up since early because, I also have my own company that I started a year ago, and I do government contracting. So I got a call like 6:25 from, I think, Minnesota. And,
you're going to get those early back East calls.
Mm-hmm.
To them, it's 9 o'clock. To you, it's 6.
Yeah, when my subs need something or whatever. So I'm just like, okay. So I was on a call at 6:30. Then I was on one at 9:30. Just trying to, a new contract.
Then you was going to take a nap. But then you saw it was 10 o'clock.
I was like, at 10:03, I was like, oh, it's 10:03. I had just scrambled some egg, made like an omelet because I've been trying to get my protein in. And so I was like, oh, I got to get on the podcast. And so I ate that real quick. And then I was like, all right, let me jump on. And I got my green juice. It's my last bottle. I got to make some more today. So,
what you got in your green juice?
This one is today. This I actually made yesterday, but this one is spinach, peaches, pineapple or mango, strawberries, something. The one I'm going to do today, I think, is going to have, I always do spinach and water is the base. I don't use almond milk or anything else because it helps to really help your digestive and everything. And flush you out and get all the toxins out. But I think I might do the one with blueberries and cherries and pomegranate and all that today because it's so good for your body, right? So I sure did, Marcus. You already know. I'll be like, let me bring some sunshine to the party.
Right. Look, you was like the sun shining through a cloudy day.
Right.
She's like, right. I'm coming at you, but I can't really see it.
Me being a cloudy day.
That's hilarious. Marcus cracked me up, boy.
And I don't know why my body feels tired, but I slept really well last night. And you guys,
I was on that marching this past weekend. It'll catch up to you, man.
Yeah, some nights I'll be like, it's 7 o'clock. I'm ready to go to bed. Other nights I'm up to 10 or whatever. But some days,
some nights it's like, yep. As soon as you finish with something, or the sun starts to go down.
Right.
Well, y'all know I've done that plenty of times.
Oh yeah, but then you'll get up and stay up until 7 in the morning.
Oh yeah, but right after the show, I'll be like, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah, shutting it down.
Which is the beautiful thing about what we do, because we're not obligated to be anywhere. So, you can do your work and still catch that nap in. I'm gonna get that 4 hours in. I swear, for God, I'm gonna get that 4 hours.
And you know what? I'm not tired. I'm low energy. That's what I should say.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to do the one with cherry and pomegranate and all that, and get some extra iron in my body because I'm feeling low energy, not tired. Like my body doesn't physically feel tired, but I'm yawning and I'm just low energy. Like, what's that about? I probably need to go outside. Well, I already went outside and watered the garden and stuff, but I need to go out front and get some vitamin D, or take a walk and get some vitamin D today too, because that's real. When we sit in the house all day because we work remote,
well,
if you don't get your vitamin D, you will be wore all the way down.
You know, I'm outside every time I finish this podcast because I'm taking a smoke break, so I'm out there about 5 times.
Oh yeah, because you're a smoker.
Thank you, YJ Gray, for the comment. We appreciate you. Glad you're tuning in. And Stogie Man says, you got to get outside. I got to get outside, not in the rain. It may sound crazy.
All right, let me do the presentations, the slides, the announcements, and then we'll get back to
slide. I think I'm going to make a new one for you. I was going to do the slides, slippity slides. No.
Yeah, about to throw those in the 9 to 5.
I'm going to leave it like that.
Stay alone.
That's what you do.
When I dip in and out.
You're right. We got to have it when I slide through. When I slide through.
Maybe that's better. Check with me on the music. Because you be doing all kind of stuff. Hello, welcome to, which I hate with a passion.
You almost played it right now.
Like this.
Welcome to the show. Glad you're here.
I didn't do it.
And you know what? This morning was a little sad morning too, because one of my favorite chefs, Chef Burrell, passed away yesterday on food. So my favorite 2 channels are HGTV. My favorite 3 channels are HGTV, Food Network, and A&E, right? Because I like all the crime shows and stuff. But right, LaShawn just ignored his.
So you missed that part, right? You was here when I said that?
No, but I already know where it came from. I'm sure.
She came on right as you were saying.
Oh yeah, when you saying we usually start on time, but then I had to go to the bathroom and
we try to make sure
that the guests got the proper lighting and all that, because we don't want you saying I'm going live from the toilet. We don't
hold on. Here's a courtesy flush. Woo.
Yeah, hold on.
There you go.
Yeah, thank God you're not doing that.
My bad. Keeping it real. But go ahead. We took you away from your thought about the chef.
Yeah, Chef Ann Burrell. She was only like 55. She was amazing. She used to always say pasta water. She's from New York, but she had this like spiky blonde, platinum blonde hairdo. Super dope. But if anybody's ever watched HGTV, they found her in her apartment yesterday morning unresponsive, and they couldn't revive her. And so she's 55. They don't know what the deal was. She lived in Brooklyn. But Chef Ann was dope. She also hosted like Worst Cooks in America. And Ty Snow from Pasadena was on that a couple years ago. And I actually called him yesterday like, hey, Ty. I said, you okay? He's like, yes, I'm in the gym. What's going on? I was like, I'll call
you afterwards.
No, I told him, I was calling to check on you because I know you were on Worst Cooks, and I figured you heard about Chef Ann. He was like, what? And so I told him, he was like, oh no, I gotta call the cast. Other cast members he was with and stuff. So yeah, Chef Ann, she was so dope.
Oh, she was on Iron Chef too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, she was on several.
She was hardcore, man.
Yeah, she was so dope. So 55, she passed away yesterday. So thank you for bringing that up, Jamal. I really wanted to just pay homage to her a little bit, because she yeah, it was kind of heartbreaking. But yeah, I'm just low energy today, and I really don't know why.
It's hump day.
It happens sometimes. It's all to the good.
I need to go for a walk, for real. I'm gonna go do that in a little while, because.
So I don't know if you heard us earlier, but we showed a slide. There's an event by Altadena Rising at PCC on Friday at 6 to 8.
I saw it in our WhatsApp.
Yeah, so we're gonna, well, whoever can go with us, I'm gonna be there for sure. So that we can leave.
I usually do their Friday evening calls at 6. They usually have them because Ash added me to their calls, and I usually do the calls on Fridays if I'm available. I haven't done one in a few weeks though, but they have a call. So now I guess they're trying to get it together in person. And yeah, I'll go and see what's up.
Yeah, click on the link. I know you probably don't have to, but it probably helps with their numbers in case they're providing refreshments or whatever. But they have to be right. I actually put it up on our page, which is Altadena Rising PCC event shortly.
Yeah.
So check that out. We're gonna go ahead and let Jamal do his thing.
I only have 102 slides today. That's it.
Oh, well, then you know what? I'm going to go take a nap.
I was going to say, then I'm going to drop off because that'll take the whole show.
Catching up from the ones, catching up from yesterday's.
Right. Now, I have a few, but not like, it's less than the most I've ever had. So anyway, but I found a lot of stuff happening this weekend. So here we go. As we usually do, we're going to start with the survivor support locations. The one for us is Altadena Community Center, which is located at 730 East Altadena Drive. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and are closed on weekends. They will also be closed tomorrow, which is June 19th, or better known as Juneteenth. So if you do want to check them out, definitely, if you don't do it today, you got to go on Friday. LA County One Stop Permit Center, 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They have walk-in hours Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30. I didn't see an indication that they will be closed, but they probably will be closed tomorrow as well. So just take heed, maybe call up there or check online to see if they might be available. Now, if you want to do an appointment, you can actually do an appointment as an individual or as a group. And those appointments are available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and Saturdays 8 to noon. You can also set up an appointment with Southern California Edison, and their appointments are available Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to noon. And to set up an appointment, you go to the website recovery.laccounty.gov/rebuilding/1-stop-permit-centers. And as we've always and have continued to do, we're going to share that the final deadline for debris removal for those who opted out of having the debris removed by the Army Corps of Engineers, or those who didn't do anything, is the 30th of June. So the end of this month is when you have to have your debris removed. That way you can avoid being declared a public nuisance. If you fail to get this cleaned up, the county may actually go ahead and clean it up and give you the bill. And if for some reason, if it's not paid over a certain amount of time, they may put a lien on the property to get the money back. So again, avoid all this and take care to get that debris removed from your property. This is a different slide about the Cal Assist Mortgage Fund, but it still has the same information. It's for those displaced from your home by California disasters, such as the fires in Eaton. Now, what this is 3 months of mortgage payments up to a maximum of $20,000. Go ahead and apply today, as funds are limited, and these funds never have to be repaid. But just a note, the money is going directly to your mortgage servicer. You don't touch it. It actually goes directly to them. Now, in order to be eligible, you have to have a primary residence, or your primary residence was destroyed or is uninhabitable due to the disaster. You must own and occupy a home with up to 4 units on the property, and you must meet the income limits. In order to actually identify what those limits are, you can go to calassistmortgagefund.org to get all those details, and then click on Apply Online in order to start the application process. One thing they do say is that the grants are going to be awarded to eligible applicants as long as funds are available. And once all funds have been awarded, no additional applications will be approved. So get in there and get those applications in if you need it. So, Foundation for Senior Services is actually having a Rebuilding Emotional Stability After Disaster event. It's an interactive class which helps individuals navigate the emotional aftermath of disaster. So, join the Foundation for Senior Services specialists to gain practical tools, community support, and learn how to rebuild emotional resilience and find hope amidst the disruption. So, it's today from 2 p.m. to 3:30. It's in partnership with the Pasadena Senior Center, and it's located at the Pasadena Senior Center at 85 East Holly Street in Pasadena. And go ahead and register now. You register through their event calendar at foundationsforseniorservices.org. If you have questions, you can reach out to 855-836-0807. This is one that I had seen a while back. Tony had mentioned it, and I found it again, so I want to make sure I provide this. So there is a free lunch at the library that's being provided from the 9th of June through the 15th of August. It's available at the Jefferson branch and Villa Park branch of the library from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. These are healthy meals for children's age. Not sure how they're going to eat at 0 age. Oh, in their first year. So I'm sorry, 0 to 18, and no registration is required. That's a great feature. They can just go and get good meals. Again, every Monday and Wednesdays, there is a free medical and mental health clinic at the Eaton Health Village located at 1280 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. This is the Pasadena Seventh-day Adventist Church. This is, you can have walk-ins. They're accepting walk-ins, or you can go by and schedule an appointment, or you can actually call them to schedule an appointment or ask questions at 951-595-7032. The services provided are medical consultations, medication refills, mental health services, and case management. On a monthly basis, they're also providing vision and dental services. So today is Wednesday. So We Out Here is going to be at Fair Oaks Burger from 12:30 to 3, better known as, is he on?
We Out Here.
There you go.
I don't know where he went.
To smoke a cigarette, probably. You know how you do. So this is that event. Like I said, they're at Fair Oaks Burger. They're going to have fresh fruit and vegetables, hot food and snacks, household items, and much, much more. This is 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. You do have to provide proof of Altadena residency and have your ID. Now, this is put on by Miss Juicy Little, and she's also looking for donors, sponsors, and partners to provide numerous things. And you can reach out to her if you're interested in doing one of those three at missjuicylittle@gmail.com. So again, 2150 Glen Rose Avenue in Altadena, there's another free air purification or purifier distribution. It's today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's for Altadena, Pasadena, La Cañada, and Sierra Madre residents. And again, you must have an ID. And in fact, I have a couple slides for this same location because they seem to have quite a few items. So this next one is diaper distribution. So it sizes newborn through size 7, 2T through 3T pull-ups, and it's going to be provided while supplies last. Only for Eaton, even though it says has an M, should be Eaton fire victims. Must have your ID or proof of address. Now this is the 19th, so this is tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. But again, it's at 2150 Glen Rose Avenue in Altadena. And they say thank you to Baby to Baby for providing some of the diapers. And then on Saturday, there's a toy giveaway also at 2150 Glen Rose Avenue. This is for babies through 12-year-olds. Again, ID is needed, and you must have a child present. And is again for those affected in the community by Eaton Fire in Altadena and Pasadena. Again, special thanks to Baby to Baby for donating the toys.
So that's 2 events on Friday.
Well, that's Saturday. This one
Friday the 20th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why do I keep doing that? It's Friday the 20th. Tomorrow's Thursday, the 19th, and then today, the Wednesday. So yeah, there are a couple events on.
It's all at that same address?
Yes, those last three, yes.
Yeah.
Now this one, I'm gonna take.
I was gonna comment, but I was downstairs making my coffee. I was watching it on YouTube.
Very cool. So volunteers are needed this Friday the 20th to help distribute new summer clothes to PUSD families affected by the Eden fire at 3 different area locations. Shifts are available throughout the day, 7:45 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. 4 to 6 people are needed for each shift. High school students age 15 and older are invited to assist and earn community service. This is a great opportunity to help the impacted families. So to learn more and sign up, go to pased.org/volunteer. So that's the Pasadena Educational Foundation.
So you know what's real? I met Friday with FEMA and Cal OES and all of that. And they said the longer we keep having events like this that are giveaways, the longer it takes people to really shift to recovery, because they keep wanting to go get giveaways of immediate need stuff, but then their mind doesn't shift to, okay, immediate need is done. Because, like, you know, people got mad at the Red Cross when they left so quick. Well, they know what the time limit is for immediate need. After that, you have to shift mentally and get yourself to the place of recovery. And then you can actually, you know, prep and start recovering. And so when we were in that meeting Friday, I was talking about, you know, we were trying to get funding or may get some grants. And when we do, we were talking about maybe giving money out to people. And they said, but would you rather keep getting grants and doing those little small immediate need type things, or really shift towards recovery? So I just think it's interesting, like all the slides, the most recent slides we're giving out clothing, we're giving out baby stuff, we're giving out, and that keeps people stuck in that immediate need phase and won't allow them to shift to the recovery phase. So I just thought, because I'm looking at all the slides, that it's so interesting, because we were just having this conversation. These are people that have been doing this for 30 years. And they were like, all the organizations need to shift their self and their mindset, which is why working with them to become a long-term recovery group, we got to shift into recovery, right? Otherwise, we're going to keep having these things, bless you, weekly, monthly, whatever. And it kind of keeps people in this, let me go get what I need. Let me go get what I need, and not really allow us to get our mindset towards recovery and what that looks like. So anywho, go on. I didn't mean to totally cut it off, but
that's the same reason why whole Central Kitchen, they only had a certain amount of months they were going to be here. And
you're in a tunnel, a bubble. You're right, because it's immediate need. You're right, Brian. They come in, they leave after a certain amount of time. And if organizations keep having these kind of events, people are going to be stuck and just want handouts of immediate needs versus shift to, hey, I've got to get to the other, you know, the recovery phase, which is funding and all that kind of stuff.
Very good insight. Definitely.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they shift and get away, because I hadn't seen quite a few until recently. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I never thought about that either, but you know.
So we do have tomorrow, June 19th, which is actually Juneteenth, from 12 to 1:30 p.m. at Loma Alta Park, which is located at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. It's the 4th annual Juneteenth celebration, where there's going to be the Altadena Oral History Project review with faces of resilience told through words and photographs, chronicling the African-American cultural legacy before and after the Eaton Canyon fire. There will also be the Ellen Garrison Clark Scholarship Awards ceremony, where local high school students will be provided scholarships in the spirit of Ellen Garrison Clark. Tickets are $30 before the event and $35 at the door. To register and get your ticket, you can scan the QR code or go to altadenahistoricalsociety.org. There's also the Altadena Days, which is Saturday, June 21st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join the NAACP for access to real-time solutions for permitting, insurance claims, consumer protection, and forbearance to help you rebuild. While you're there, you can enjoy free community day featuring food, a DJ, and a bounce house. This is located at Harambe Ministries at 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena. And then at the Hillside Tabernacle City of Faith, Church of God in Christ, there's a wildfire relief resource fair. This is also Saturday, the 21st, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's located at 2561 North Fair Oaks Avenue, and there'll be health, wellness, and mental health services, clothing and hygiene essentials. And for additional information, you can reach out to 626-794-6769. And
that's literally across the street from
Fair Oaksburger. Yep, literally. And I believe, yeah, that's it. See, it wasn't that painful, I don't think.
Wasn't a lot.
We zoomed through those pretty quickly. The three were at the same location, so it was just identifying air purifiers, diapers, or toys. So that was actually cool. I unfortunately saw a little a post on their website for the person who was providing those, and I didn't get the context, but there was a lady yelling at the dude. It was just crazy. She was like, I don't know. She was just yelling at him. Basically, it was confusing. So hopefully they continue to give out this stuff. Yeah, well, she was unhappy about something, talking about it. You haven't seen me get, basically you haven't seen what I can do yet, basically.
But does she not reveal that because she put it there, that is an outright threat that she can face criminal charges?
Oh, I don't think she put it there. I think somebody from that page was recording her while she was going at it. I just thought it was unfortunate given the fact that they are giving away so much. So I don't know the context. They're not
obligated to do anything for these people, but they are consistently, and somebody has the audacity to complain. But
yeah, it was unfortunate.
I'm a different kind of person.
So Marcus saw that you or heard that you had gone on to WhatsApp, so he wanted to go ahead and post. Who was doing that?
That's Tony.
I was clicking on it.
Oh, that was you.
My hands are free.
I saw that too, and I was laughing. Yes, Marcus, I looked at the WhatsApp this morning. Y'all know I never do, right? Because I don't.
That's the only way. That's where we all communicate. That's where we put important
stuff. We have a group text too that y'all could use, but you do.
We don't ever use it though.
Well, you set up the WhatsApp.
I can't find it.
I figured that was the thing to use on a regular. And then Marcus was commenting related to what you're talking about. He gets it, but there are so many people needing funds just to get by, so the donations still fill a big gap. I know, because when I talked to Marcus, I mean, he just made his second move since the fires. Fortunately, he was there longer term, but shooting the first spot, I don't think because he didn't need to, but he didn't even have any furniture, right? Yeah. So he's just getting the new furniture for the family after almost 6 months of 5.5 months of being. And
I'm not the expert. I'm just telling you because I saw those what they talked about on Friday, and these are people that have been doing it 30, 35, 20 years. Sure. And they just said people get stuck in that, and it doesn't help them to progress forward to the recovery phase because there's different phases, right? And they were like, we're at 5 months, almost 6 months in. People have to shift to the recovery. I don't know what that looks like. We're supposed to have another meeting in another week or two so they can say, because they do everything in phases, right? And so I just thought that was interesting because I even said in the meeting, I was like, oh, okay. Right. Yeah. And then now that I saw it,
I think you can't be for everybody though.
Because I've talked to about 5 of my friends that I know lost homes, One girl was like, "This is my 5th Airbnb I've been in. We can't use any of the grants because they want you to have a long-term lease in order for them to pay the first 6 months of the thing."
She's a renter?
No, they own the house. They own the house. The problem is their additional living expenses money was not a lot. So they would really like to get into something that is permanent for 2 years so they don't have to keep going to this Airbnb for 2 months. You know, it's just a lot when you got a family of 6 and, you know,
right.
Everybody's trying to, luckily for most kids, it's summer. So you don't have to go to school. So they don't have to worry about that portion. But 3 months later, they're going to have to be dealing with that unless they put their kids. Now, all the kids that were at these schools that are displaced are not going to have their real friends. They're not going to have that comradeship that they had before. That's what touches me the most because I love my childhood and growing up in one spot all the way through was, I mean, even though we moved, I still came back to Muir, you know, even though I had to go to these other schools for it.
Well, shoot, you know, I feel the same way because I feel like in many ways, even though I have a large group of friends and people I associate with and knowing everything from Altadena, I still feel I missed out on a strengthening of that bond because I did move to Duarte for a few years. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I find myself sometimes when a name is brought up, I get confused. It's like, do I know him from Pasadena? Do I know him from Duarte? Or do I know him from the Bay Area when I went to college? Or was it, you know, sometimes it's a little confusing. But, you know, because, you know, shit, I grew up right down on Olive. Didn't know it, but I was right around the corner from Marcus, right? And I probably rode past his house many a times because I didn't leave until he was born because we're, 5 years apart, I think, something like that. So I don't know. It's just,
I used to be up on Las Flores and Glen Rose all the time. I'd be at Trevor's house. Gerald Pope lived across the street. I was in love with his sister, Sheena. Didn't want to say nothing to her. She had 2 brothers. We didn't want to. And then he would be like, "Hey, man, that's my sister, man. You my friend. You can't."
Right.
But, you know, it's just, exactly, Brandon. We always come back. You ain't lying.
To that point,
always come back. I mean,
moved to Vegas
and catching the bus to Pasadena every day.
Exactly. I was living in Vegas and came back to live out here when one of my daughters was born.
Oh, that was the only time I would leave because I go to your house almost every weekend because I was like, I'm tired of being out here.
Exactly. It's crazy. But I mean, you know, it's something about, you know, Altadena. It's just that it's home. It definitely is.
That view,
and it
I have
draws
looked
you
at
back.
that view on Tony's background for so long.
I know.
Well, I used to stand up at the rancho and put my camera on my selfie trip out in the middle of the street.
Hold on, I'll fix it.
Film for 30 seconds. So I get, you know, because it's midnight, no cars on the street. It was some of the dopest videos and pictures I've taken.
Right.
I get a whole bunch of videos. One of these days, I'm gonna do a collage.
Maybe today you don't have that.
Pictures or
but maybe we could ask folks too. Hey, if you have, hold on, let me see what he said. Well, I meant to tell you the Watsons are related to me through cousin. So Johnny and Gregory are related too. Oh my gosh, I lived across the street from them, man. They were on Marigold and Olive. Those were the homies, man. Johnny and Gregory, man. We used to, man. And then Shannon Truesdale was on the other side of Marigold. So yeah, small world. Small world. That is bananas. That's cool. So I could say we cousins now. That's great.
I like to give a special shout out to one of my cigar aficionado and bowling partners, JoJo. She's
What's up, JoJo?
She always has this event that she invites me to every year around, I guess it's October, November.
Have I gone to this event? Because you know I'm kind of a fan of a cigar.
You probably have gone
I've
without
had one
me.
or two.
But I will let you know the next time it pops up.
Cool. Yeah, I've been known to smoke a cigar or two.
You've been known. Let's not get started on what you actually do with cigars.
Yeah, we don't have time for that right now.
Right.
I gotta get it right.
It'll be a sponsorship.
Yeah, I gotta get it right and I gotta get it tight. No, I'll put her back because she'll come back in a minute.
Special shout out to Roz Toes.
Oh, she's back.
Tuning in on Instagram.
On the gram.
And also one of our favorite people who always sends us information about stuff, regardless of what it is. Mr. KJ, the investor, is in the house. And, you know, we just like to let people know that we do see you when you come on. We're not just like, because you got to remember, we're managing 8 profiles while we're doing this. So comments come in, but not all of them come in from the platforms. Like none of them come in from Instagram. So we have to go there and look at it periodically to make sure, in case somebody tuned in, we can let you know that we saw you. You know, you are not irrelevant. So
exactly.
Just letting you know. Appreciate you. And we did the announcements. This was way back Wednesdays. Normally we would be talking about something, but I think we'll just focus on what we had for your information. It might not. We're not even. A lot of the times these shows don't go that long. But it's when we have a guest and we want to give that guest full-blown disclosure so that they can get out what they need to get out and any information that you may need so you can ask questions. We're here for you. It's our 111th episode since January 16th. I'm just excited to be a part of it. And I'm just glad you guys tuned in. Our numbers have been looking great. We have been utilizing this grant to, you know, get the tools that we need to continue to enhance it and make it better for you so that it's a more pleasurable experience, as well as, you know, just trying to be here for you guys. So we got, and also, if you find out something that's going on, and I didn't even share this today, I knew it was something I didn't do. There's always something. And if you find out something that's going on in the town or the neighborhood that's relevant and you want to share with us, please send us a messenger request or go to Altadena Talks and send a message. We check everything.
Or text us directly if you know us. Marcus is good for that.
Yep, and we'll have a public number soon that you can get, like an 800 number. So you're like, well, we don't really need it. You were trying to call from a phone booth and they were still charging for a long distance. So you know we old school.
He said phone booth.
Yeah. So remember the Superman when he used to go into the phone booth and change, and then remember how they took away the booth and just put the little dividers on the phone. So when he was walking down in the first thing and he was walking down and you're ready to change, he looked up the thing up and down. Can't change in there. So he went through the turnstile at the hotel and did it real fast.
Right.
Pretty soon they're not going to have turnstiles except in Vegas and a few hotels.
That's crazy. Don't see Faith. What is it? What's that? What is
and also special shout outs to the ones that used to come on here and comment all the time. Where Corey? Where you at? We miss you.
She was on there. I thought she just said something. Or maybe that was yesterday. She had said something. She said something to our guest yesterday.
Yeah, because it's June and you're supposed to be out here. So what's happening?
Yeah, exactly. We're more than halfway through the month.
To be a guest on the thing. I mean, we're looking at August now, calling you out. You're supposed to chat and yourself. You're supposed to Chattanooga yourself on out here.
Woo, woo. Chattanooga. You know.
Leave Corey alone.
When Corey come on, we're gonna go woo woo.
And I still think we should talk about some stuff from way back in the day.
So
Like-
I was focused on my first pair of Nike Cortez. I thought I was
Okay.
hot stuff.
So we
I had some
$35.
too.
That
The
was a
white
lot of
with the
money.
blue.
Yeah, the white with the blue, especially if you went to Muir because you wasn't wearing the white with the red.
nah.
Well, the first ones that came out were the white with the blue anyway.
Right, and then they start
Once
coming.
they
Wasn't
got
the white
more
with the
options,
red.
they had the
Oh,
blue.
you know
with
I
the
got
white.
a pair of them right. Where are they at?
I got two pair.
Where are they?
Well,
Up
I have
in
the
they
I
up in
have
the
the
ceiling?
Kendrick Lamar
This
ones.
is a
Know where you
shelf,
are.
right?
I know where you are. It just looks funny when you're looking up. It look crazy. It's like they just floating in the air somewhere.
And then I have another
Was it-
pair that I went on the Nike site and built a couple of years ago. Well, they have them, but for ladies, they're like orange and
So these were given to
Oh,
me
yeah.
by Sabrina's boyfriend.
yeah, yeah. Those are, but those
These are
aren't
blue.
Those aren't
Cortezes.
Cortez.
No, these
Those are
these
not
aren't.
Cortezes.
No, I didn't say they were. I just
You
said these
did.
were. I did not. I did
You
not
said
say.
I have a
You just said
pair.
I have
Yes,
some
you
Nike-
did.
a pair of Nikes. that
Okay,
were
you
given
know
to
what? I'll be right back.
He going to get the Cortez that he did say he had. He said,
There
"I'll
we
be
go.
right back."
But
But
them
those
Cortez
are nice.
were
Those
popping.
blue with the white.
There we go.
What did he say about his Cortezes?
No, he said he had a pair of Nike.
He did.
There we go. Oh, I'm not sure. That usually helps.
He'll be right back. He went to get him.
No, I thought I was sharing to the stage. There we go. Now these are leather ones.
Yeah.
And, they
And
have
then
the
there's
ones-
where's the originals? The white with the blue. There they are.
Yeah.
I had a pair of those when they first came out. And then I have in my closet, I have those Kendrick Lamar, the house shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another pair that are
Mm-hmm.
they're Cortezes, but they're for women. So they're like lavender and orange and something. They're pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
And I was in somewhere the other day and I saw an original pair and I did a double take like, keep going, you don't need to buy those.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to. Oh, I can't remember.
You remember
the
how
person's
people
name.
used to wear, what were they called? Kroger sacks or something?
Croker
The
sack?
little-
Oh, I used to have them. Oh yeah, them street shoes. I mean, house shoes. Oh yeah,
Girl, I know you're going to get a picture of them. We
yeah.
used to always wear I never owned a pair of Kroger sacks. I don't think we'd have been allowed to wear them if, you know, we wanted to. But yeah, that's way back.
Oh, these aren't the ones I was talking about. Nah. What?
How do you spell Kroger sacks? I don't know. Watch, you gonna come back with them Cortez. Oh, there you got something on this getting ready to pop up. Is that them? They're like gel shoes. There they go.
I never called them winos, but I guess they were called winos too. But I definitely had some of these.
Winos. Oh, there it go. How you spell it? Kroger sack. Go back. K-R. Oh, now see that has C-R-O-C. I guess depending on what hood you're from, you're gonna spell them with a C or a K. Then
Yeah.
those have K-R-O-K-A-S-A-C-K. Okay. So just
So
like
it-
it sounds.
Yeah, UNB territory, you spell it with a K.
Right.
UNC
UNC,
territory, you spell it with a
the
C.
C's. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Without no
That's
K's.
funny.
That's too funny.
And the slip-ons are the funny ones. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Not, oh, that's the ones that I was talking about, not with laces. There they are. Does it say vintage? Oh, it says zigzag wino slip-on shoes. How funny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Winos. Speaking of that, do y'all remember what's his name? Glenn, that used to be up on Woodbury and Fair Oaks by the gas station all the time?
A wino?
Yeah, you know, Glenn. They used to always be right there until I think a car or something hit him. He was killed a few years back.
Yeesh.
But yeah, I bet you other people on here are gonna be like, yeah, we know who Glenn is. I think think that was his name. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't remember him, but Marcus, yes, Brian and I were talking about those, but when we were before the show, them karate shoes or the kung fu shoes, because I like the kung fu ones because they have the white, soft little bottom. Hold on, I'm bringing them up.
Can you find it up? Here you go. He got the box.
Okay, I'm back. Damn it. Here's the box.
Very good.
Oh, these.
There
you go. Those are Cortezes.
I was trying to say earlier when you was cutting me off that Sabrina's boyfriend gave me some 1971s that weren't Cortez, but they were like one of the first shoes made. But Mark Hightower gave me those.
Nice.
He used to wear them to 80s parties. Now I can wear them to 80s parties.
But what about these?
Karate shoes.
Not the Croker sacks. We just showed the Croker sacks a minute ago.
Those are
karate shoes. Right?
Those are karate shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Croker sacks. And
those hurt your feet so bad.
These are the Kung Fu shoes with the white bottom.
Converse are horrible.
Oh, Converse were the worst, and we were playing basketball in them crap.
They're horrible. They don't. I
played them old school.
No top. Converse are horrible.
I used to ball out in those until I upgraded to Pro Wings.
Yeah, you know.
Hey man, it was tight. Yeah, I may have lived out there in Bradbury, but things was tight, bro. I couldn't do it. That's when my cousin, I told you, Big Gene, he was like, man, you can't be playing in those no more. So he bought me some Nikes and was like, okay, you can ball out now. Because I made the squad and everything. I'm playing in Pro Wings. Thought I was all right.
Hey, y'all remember these? The Wallabies.
Oh, wow.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hush puppies.
Heck yeah. That's what I feel like. They got those nowadays, right? Isn't it the Timberland Wallabies, or is it another brand?
Nah, what's his name? Snoop be wearing these all the time.
Yeah, but there's another brand now that comes out with that same style.
Oh, you know I'm retarded, dude. You know I had to go. I don't like being proven wrong. And if I am proven wrong, I will admit to my mistakes. Okay.
So you admitted that you went and got the actual.
No, I admit that you cut me off before I could finish telling you the story of that particular shoe I was showing you.
Well, because you tried to say you didn't say it and you did. You said, I got some. Then you pulled up that one.
I got some and I looked up here and saw they weren't here, but I saw those up there and I wanted to show you those. But then you tried to make me look like a clown, so I went to the garage on that ass.
wasn't trying to make you look like a clown, just making sure you were saying what you were saying. So,
well, in the end, I was proven to be telling
you. Went and got the ones you were talking about.
Yeah, I thought they were already up here. I don't wear them at all. I mean, I got about 35 pairs of shoes given to me when all this stuff happened, and I've only been wearing like 3 or 4 pairs of them. I mean, I got brand new stuff that my friends gave me brand new stuff. I'm gonna give a shout out. So, Big Dre, Lester James homeboy, gave me 5 pair of brand new Vans, brand new. He ain't even worn. Lester gave me about 4 pair of shoes. I wear 1 pair almost every day because they're so dope. They're these Jordan Take 4s, really dope. I'm like, dang man, you sure you want to get these? Yeah, I would have kept these. But and then Christian, Sabrina's boyfriend, gave me probably 8 pair of shoes, or 9 or 10 or something like that. But he gave me some dress shoes, which I needed because I've been going to events where you have to actually dress up for a minute. So I didn't have anything. Yeah, I actually just bought my first pair of shoes about 3 weeks ago. I bought 3 pair of just some dressy shoes. Well, I still haven't bought any clothes. I need to, but I'm a True Religion fan, so unless somebody got an extra $4,000 gift card that they can give me so I can go actually purchase that stuff, I'm not buying it. That's not a priority. So, yeah, I guess that brings us to almost an hour in. So
yeah, and we didn't even talk about them acid wash jeans.
Or wearing your jeans backwards. All them trends. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't think I can wear my. I tried to wear the pants backwards. They didn't look right.
What about rolling your cuffs? Remember how y'all used to do that?
Oh, well, that's when I used to go to the thrift store and buy old
drain pipe
boots. And my sister taught me how to tailor and sew. And so she showed me how to turn them inside out, pin them so that you could turn them back side up and test them out. And then once you do that, sew them. But she said, sew them, but don't cut off the excess until about 2 weeks because you never know if it doesn't fit right. You better, be careful. You might have to let them out. So I was wondering why she was being so nice to me and showing me how to do all this stuff. Because me and my sister, we get along, but she never took me under her wing and said, "Hey, let me show you how to do this." So, I used to be in a dance group called the Drifters, right? From Pasadena, we'd go and battle people all the time in West Covina. And I would tailor all my boys' clothes, right? In the group. So they would go in my sister's room and change, test them out. And I'm like, I went in there to go change. And I said, "What you doing in here?" She was in the room chilling yeah. I was like, "You actually watching them change clothes?" She said, "Well, this is the only room they coming into. I'm not leaving." Later on, here they come talking about, "Hey man, what's up with your sister?" I said, if any of my friends ever try to holler at my sister, I'll just beat you up every day. Even if I can't beat you up, I'm gonna just hit you in the head with a brick or something. Don't come talking to my sister.
You wanted no parts of that, huh?
I couldn't imagine it. No. And then she would ask me about some of my friends. I'm like, no. You got problems. Now I'm throwing salt, pepper, and garlic on you. Back.
You see what Marcus said? He stapled his inside out, so the metal barely showed.
What? You learned how to do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Because I definitely want to learn.
Yeah, I used to staple the cuffs from the inside out because, the cuff would never stay. When you wrapped it around and rolled it up, then you put your Vans on. I used to do that to my 501 jeans, that mule. Be marching in the drum section.
Man, as tough as that denim was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, you just steamed the bottom with the iron. Oh, that's the one thing about our generation. We knew how to use an iron and starch.
Yeah, your parents would just stand up on their own.
No, that was the gangster boogie. Everybody kind of had that little gangster boogie influence. Growing up in the Manors, I've seen Snookums and the Blaylocks and everybody wearing them starched up, creased up. And then when they see you coming with it, "All right, young blood, I see you." Because that's before it was Bloods and Crips. They say, "Hold it, cuz, and what's happening, young blood?"
Yeah, young blood.
Now that's you can't even say it.
Danger, depending upon where you are.
Yeah, I called this one girl out. She had an Instagram and she was talking about she was a Crip, but she had on all red. I said, "Since when did the gangbangers become Rainbow Coalition? I just want to know how that works." You said one thing, you're wearing this? I don't know. I'm old. I'm just going to admit it. I'm young old. I look old. Everybody think I'm 70. Keep thinking that.
I'm not 70.
Oh yeah, I had this one girl going, "So how old are you, Grandpa?" I said, "My kids don't even have kids yet. Stop it."
What about these?
LA Gear.
LA Gear.
Oh.
LA
now, Gear. Who bought them? Reebok?
We
Probably.
had Nike, Adidas, K-Swiss.
K-Swiss.
K-Swiss so hard. I had a brand new pair just recently. You gotta put them mugs in the outside. Let get wet or something. I don't know.
Wasn't it Puma and Adidas that they were family that split?
Yeah,
I thought that was the story.
That was it.
So yeah, that's great.
I never heard that.
Did you see Air about the story of Nike getting Michael Jordan to sign?
Yeah, I
with
fell
them?
asleep on it, but I gotta watch it again.
It was a really good movie. I
Yeah.
watched it.
You must have been tired.
I usually don't do that.
Well, you know, I
What
can't
about-
watch any movie with Sherry. She'll fall asleep
Right.
in the first 10 minutes and talk about, can you rewind it? I'm like, nope. You watch it by yourself.
You said nope.
Nope, because I'm into it. I'm not trying to repeat myself by watching the same thing over and over again. No can do.
What about
All
the
right.
shell toe Adidas with the fat laces?
Oh, you got a picture?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I better talk to Ashley about what, Tracy?
Yeah.
I
didn't know
said Tracy.
That was about.
Did you show the espadrilles? Oh, yeah, I remember
Nah.
those. But remember when you used to weave the other color in between the shoestrings on those?
Yeah.
So you can have like the basket weave look.
Yep. I used to wear the Chuck Taylors with the fat laces, but I would flip the tongue down. So it would
Right.
be. Oh yeah, that
And the
was fun.
sides, so you make it look like you had low tops.
Yep.
Those are the worst. They used to break my ankles, roll your ankles. I don't know how NBA people played in those basketball shoes. They sucked.
Man, I balled out in them.
Converse were the worst.
They were. Then they finally came
Still,
out
you
with an
try to wear a
actual
pair of Converse now,
shell
your
toe
feet are
style.
gonna hurt.
Yeah, because they're
Yes,
flat
K-Swiss too. No arch support whatsoever.
and hard, like you said. Them hard ass shoes.
But the yummy yums on the bottoms lasted forever. That sole was made to walk through hot coals.
Right.
It's so funny because when you go to school, and the first week of school, especially in junior high when I went to Wilson, painter pans were in. So
Yep.
everybody had the starch painter pants with the K-Swiss or the Cortez. And you already knew who was broke the first 2 weeks, because if you didn't have 2 weeks worth of clothes and you was repeating, everybody watching. You wore those you wore those yesterday, bro. You just changed. Oh yeah, that I used to wear those when I thought I was Miami Vice. I thought I was
That's
Sonny
not-
Crockett.
Oh, those are leather though.
Espadrilles that most women wear.
No,
No,
those are the
okay.
ones that we
Dudes wear.
start wearing them because of Miami Vice.
Yep.
You know,
Oh,
Sonny
okay.
Crockett had the pastel blazer with the pastel shirt with the white linen pants and the espadrilles. We go to Venice Beach and buy them. They was only like $8.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was
Looking-
always
looking
different
like
from
that.
all my friends. Yeah, that's exactly what they look like.
You can go down to the alley and get them probably half.
Oh, I got my whole outfit out there for like costumes for like $20. When I went to it was a Chinese theme, so I got the whole karate suit and the espadrilles. Thought I was styling. I had to show y'all some of the pictures one day. I got a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. Well, I think that's it for us. Tony need to go get her nap. She got that look like, I need my coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I need my green juice or something.
I just got one more before we go. That's all.
Oh, members only. Now, remember the fake ones?
Yeah, I had a fake one. Please
Every-
believe. I had all the fakeness. My
had the
Vans
real
were
one.
not Vans. They were Kenny Shoe Store
Good,
brand.
that jacket, it was so bunk looking now that you look at it.
Yeah.
With the
Ain't
little
nothing-
pocket at the top with the zipper.
Yeah, ain't nothing really to it. Right? Look at
With
that.
the little buttons at the top around the neck. Like, who actually wore it all the way to the top? And what was the two buttons on the shoulders for? The
Right.
straps.
The flaps.
Right.
Oh, what about lacrosse? Because we all wore the button
Oh,
up
the
polo,
Tigra
the lacrosse,
and
the little
Izod.
alligator.
Oh, Izod. Yep. I had
Yep.
LaFox.
Remember when
I had-
people had the
I had
fake
Mervin's
ones,
brand.
the hang ten
Then
ones?
I had the fox.
I had LaFox. It was a fox.
Oh, I
You
used to
want
love
an
going
alligator?
to shop at Mervyn.
No, that's lacrosse. That was the real
that's what
thing.
we had.
I told you I didn't have the real thing. I had the knockoff of everything. We may have been living in Bradbury. We weren't, we weren't balling out like y'all.
Nah,
Look,
I
I
just
feel
worked.
like my parents.
I worked my cedar job in the summer and
to
bought
get
all
to-
my school clothes. In fact, I felt
Right.
sorry for my sister because my mother would take us to the thrift store for school clothes. Talking about, we're not spending a lot of money. I said, I am not shopping here. I'm going to get a job and I'm going to hook up me and my sister and we're going to go to school looking dope. I didn't think about my brother. He was all little anyway. We didn't care about him. He's 5 years younger. Y'all ain't going to never see you in any grade I'm in. So I don't care what you look like. This was fun. This is a fun show today. Tony, like, can you end it so I can take a nap?
No, you know I know how to drop off, right?
I know, like,
Be like, bye, y'all, toodles, and be bouncing. No.
Got anything else to talk about? In case this was my official. Oh, right, yeah. I just had some before the fires. I wore them twice, and I had them for a year and a half. They just hurt.
Air Force Ones.
So playing barefoot, yep. That's what you felt like.
Oh, if you was in Chucks.
When you
Hey,
got
what
that glow.
about them? What about them? What were they called? Flip shirts? Didn't we talk about that before?
Yeah,
the shirts that came with the cutoff. So you actually bought them cut off instead of getting a regular T-shirt and then cutting it off. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You don't know about those?
It didn't have sleeves.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Nah, it's the ones that just like so you can walk around if you have muscles off. Your arms look good.
Yeah,
you can be looking like I got a few pictures of those when I used to work out tough. And people will be like looking at those pictures going, that ain't really you. I was like, yeah, man. Used to be really
he
in the
was
bodybuilding.
skull back in the day.
I just decided that that's too much work. It's too much work. Remember Swole, Jamal? Remember that gear that that Jerry Rice was pushing with that one guy, SWOL, Swole Sportswear of Leaders. And I had a whole bunch of their gear walking around like, yeah, fool. It was like 99, 2000.
Right.
It's funny because when I came back to town, people was treating me different. I was like, hey man, where you been? In San Diego. The good old days.
The good old days.
Mom. Yeah, we could go on and on with this. That's what Way Back Wednesday is all about. Give us your tired, your poor, your embarrassing stories of how you used to dress back in the day.
Remember, everybody would wear the Michael Jackson zipper jackets.
Oh, the pleather ones.
Oh,
I remember
definitely.
A guy named Dyke. His real name was Derek. I forgot his last name, but he looked just like Michael Jackson. He went to Monrovia. And so Michael Jackson during the Victory Tour had offered him to come on as a double. So I told him, I said, hey man, I'll be your towel boy. Just let me go. Because I don't care about seeing you. I see you every day. I want to see the Jacksons.
That is hilarious.
He used to come to school with his hair all whipped. It looked just like Mike. He had the jacket on with the high black pants with the penny loafers. Remember the penny loafers? And you thought you was something when you put the Susan B. Anthony dollar in there instead of
a real dollar.
We wore those all the time. Penny loafers. That's when we had the Lacoste, the button-ups. We had the plaid sweaters over it.
And y'all had the Gloria Vanderbilts, the Sassoon, the Bonjour, the
Bonjour.
Dittos.
Jordache.
Yeah.
Wow.
All those.
Wonder what happened to all them jean companies. They just faded out?
Right.
Or are they still selling them over in Paris or something?
I think
probably in a different country.
Which ones are still around? So you know Anderson Cooper on CNN?
Yeah.
His mama was like, Gloria Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's his mom?
That's his mom?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
he don't even have to work.
And so exactly. And so he didn't keep the company going, but I've seen some stuff. They still have the perfume, and I've seen once or twice I've been in Costco and they have Gloria Vanderbilt something I saw. So that is still around, not as big as like it used to be, but that Gloria was Anderson Cooper's mom. So yeah, he don't have to work, but he always, was like, I got to find my own way. I want to work. I want to be a journalist, all that kind of stuff. But that's his mama.
Yeah, with no obstructions. Oh yeah, here. Here's money go to the finest schools.
Jordache.
Good luck.
They still
have them?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Where is
said
that?
Yeah, that was like the flat booty jeans.
They diversified into real estate as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan has real estate.
They don't have
Right.
dittos no more. That was our joint.
Huh.
Because it
That's
depended on who you were. If you wore dittos, you know, it would go up like this and arch over your butt. So if you had a booty, like your little, it would go up the back. The seam was in the back of the leg.
And then it would come dip down.
It would just go up the seam and then it would arch over your booty in the right spot and then come back down. So you always wanted to have some dittos on if you had some junk in the trunk.
And then later, its predecessor,
Or if you didn't.
its protege became apple bottom. They had to make jeans that fit
Apple
black
bottom
women's
jeans.
bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who wore parachute pants?
I did.
And,
When I was break dancing in the
breakout
mall,
gear. Yeah.
me and Donnie used to go to what was it? What was the stores back then? Levitt's or whatever, where they had the furniture. So we would go get their refrigerator boxes, and we get on the bus with the refrigerator box and ride it to Santa Anita Mall, and we lay it out, and we be break dancing till the cops come chase us out.
I told you, Kira used to do that too. Kira used to
Did
get out.
really?
She did. She broke. She
Man,
was
we
a
need to see
breakdancer.
some old video. That would be dope.
That would be. That's crazy.
Oh, that was
And you-
fun times back then. You didn't need much to have fun.
Oh,
You
heck
know,
no.
cardboard and 20 cents to get on the bus, and I would battle anybody. I didn't
You
care.
just needed some music, and usually
Yeah, I had a boom box.
beatbox
My father
or
had bought me
boombox.
a boom box, right? It was like $100. He said, "Okay, I know you've been wanting to have this because all your friends got it." Guess what the
D.
problem was? That exactly what you just said.
D, motherfucker, D.
8D batteries.
Learn to speak.
And you're trying to walk down the street with this boom box trying to bump, and guess
Right.
what? I was playing over and over again. So
English.
rough,
Apache.
so tough.
Oh,
Out here,
yeah.
baby, because it had the dopest bass. Let me
Mhm.
tell you, people. Let me tell you now. So that was me and Juan King used to be walking around. He'd make me carry his radio. I'm like, dude, your radio's twice the size of mine, bro. I'm like, can we get a cart or a wagon and push this thing around?
right.
I weighed about 120 pounds. The radio weighed about 40.
That's funny.
I remember when my homeboy got beat up and his jaw got broken, they took Juan's radio from him at the DMV. I ain't gonna
Damn.
mention no names, I don't want to embarrass him, but he had to have his jaw wired shut for 2 months.
Damn.
And we bagged on him because he was disappearing because he could only have a liquid diet.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, if you turn sideways, we can't find you.
He was Kanye before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. What about them Kangos and Gazelles? Try to get that New York flavor. There was a couple
Yeah.
people that did that in at Muir. Not a lot.
I have some fake gazelles.
Yeah.
They was called fuzzales, fugazis. And girls always wanted to try to take your glasses, so I knew where to get them for $5. So every time a girl took them, I just go got another thing. Ooh, I'm taking them. Ooh, you so fine. Let me wear your glasses. Oh, lies. I always want to wear your shirt. Remember those
What about-
puff shirts? Yeah,
The
that
what?
you could take off the puffy shirts, or you could take they were puffy. You
Mm.
could take them off and flip them over to be a different color. Where I was like
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
pink, so I would wear a pink one with some pink Vans and
Used
some
to
like
get those
blue
from
jeans.
Chess King.
Yeah. Thought I was
I know
fresh.
exactly what you're talking about. What about those Swatch watches? Do you remember those?
Yeah, and
Those
and
little
the,
rubber
and
watches.
and the lotto shoes that you could change the
And the
colors of the
Lotto.
things, so you could change it with your swatch.
Yes. Yes.
One thing I have to say about our generation: if you wasn't matching, you was getting bagged on like a mug, boy.
Yeah.
People was gonna roast you.
My
Say,
gear was
bruh,
knockoff, but I matched.
you got on 2 different blues.
Yeah, that
Or
was
your
rough
mom-
on you.
Your mom messed up and threw a red sock in with your whites, and now everything is like burgundy.
hmm
Because I wash my own clothes. I don't want nobody washing my clothes.
I know
I
that's
don't like
right.
that. I like to lay my stuff out, let it dry, I remember one time my son was living with me and he tried to help me by washing my clothes. And when I got to put my clothes on, my pants was this high off my ankles. And I was like, bruh. I said, what happened? He goes, well, Dad, I was just trying to help you out by washing your clothes. And I could not get mad at all, but I was pissed.
You're like, thank you, son. But God, don't
So,
you touch my clothes again.
I would show him, I said, look, when I wash my clothes, I hang them. I had some lines running in the garage. I would hang them on the lines. So he goes, oh, okay. So I came home one day and I had all his underwear and socks was hanging on the lines. And he said, did I do a good job? I said, why don't you go try a pair of those on real quick? When you hang dry underwear, they don't shrink back to the consistency. They're like you got on a big old baggy diaper. So He was like, oh, I see what you're saying now. I said, yeah, put the whites in the dryer. They need to shrink back. They need the heat. Some fun times just watching him grow and teaching him how to do stuff. And, you know, I was trying to create independence. Like that one time I took him to, I drove over to the Del Mar. We lived in Arcadia. I drove over to the Del Mar Boys Club, and he was about to get out of the car. I said, no, you ain't getting out of the car. You go watch how I got here so you can ride that bike back over here, buddy. It's time for you to get outside the house. Go do things. Because, you know, these kids nowadays expect you to take them everywhere. They don't want to learn how to get anywhere.
Right.
Hey, E.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
What about, I know we talked about a bunch of different shoes. Did we get did we talk about, hold on, let me decline this. The Fila or Troop?
No, we didn't.
Remember those shoes?
Troop ass shoes? I'm not even clothes.
Nah, let me find those.
Fila's. I got my boy gave me a Fila suit from 1985. Just recently.
What?
Hey, it's downstairs. I'm gonna wear it with the throwback whenever Candace does another 80s theme party.
Yeah. I
got the gear already for it. And my boy who gave it to me, his girlfriend was like, oh, yeah, please take that stuff. Yeah, go ahead. Because she didn't want to see him with it no more. Oh, yeah, those look crazy. They look like moon boots. That was the ugly color. Oh, those are stellar colors. Those are the Filas. Were those Filas or were those Troops? The yellow?
No, Troop.
Oh, all of those. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you know, the gangbangers is loving them.
And when you were younger, did you have the kangaroos with the little zipper?
No, I didn't get those. Remember, my mother shopped at the thrift store. She wasn't buying anything name brand at all. I wonder if Troop, the group, ever wore Troop shoes.
I thought they did. I thought I saw them in videos, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
That would have been a dope endorsement for that gear. They could have went on tour, been sponsored. Troop, sponsored by Troop Gear.
Mm-hmm. All of them.
Yeah, Steve and Reggie, rest in peace.
Right. So let me tell you, John, you know, sings in our choir at Victory, and he sings the same way still, and kind of dresses the same way as when he was with Troop. And he'd be like, exactly, you already know.
Johnny be like, stop stealing my line. Now then Luther say, Johnny, you stop stealing my line. Because nobody was doing that until Luther did it. Now everybody.
Yep.
That sounded great.
I remember watching a video with Luther and Whitney. They were doing That's What Friends Are For with Dionne Warwick and Stevie.
Yeah.
And Luther was looking at Whitney like, okay, you think you about to take this over? He went, and everybody cheered, and she looked at him like, stop trying to outdo me. They was in such deep competition, but I loved it. But you know, when you caught Whitney when she was during the real whatever that reality show was, she was talking smack about everybody. And she's
about
like,
everybody.
She's like, Paula Abdul can't sing. I don't know why y'all she can't sing. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't compare me to her. That's the one thing about Whitney. She would tell you straight out, can I get an autograph, Whitney? She said, you paid for a ticket. You didn't pay for an autograph. Now get back to your seat.
She was pretty raw with it.
Yeah. Good old days when there wasn't no social media. You get to say whatever you want.
It was still recording.
Now it's cancel culture. You say one thing wrong, it's over with for you. Don't have a business that you got. It's gonna be ruined. Like the one lady who was making fun of the paraplegic person, calling him all kind of epithets and stuff, and then she started a Go Send Me fund and raised $700,000 for this one because she was feeling like she was being harassed. How do you turn the tables? And that money should be donated to that kid you was talking smack about. Not
That's
you.
crazy.
But this one girl called it out and said, oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and cancel her. And sure enough, they did. And now she's a recluse, hiding back in the back of a church somewhere, repenting.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what happens when you do stuff. You got to suffer the consequences.
What about Dickies?
Oh, man, don't get me started. I got a whole bunch of those given to me just downstairs, too.
And the painter pants?
Yeah. And what that nobody ever put a hammer in the loop?
No, nobody did. I actually did that just because one day I just went and put my daddy's hammer in there and walked around the house.
Around and go to school. This is what these pants really for, dummies. I remember my boy Packard.
Have a good rest of your day.
All righty, you too. Have a good one.
All right,
bye.
I remember my boy Packard Giles used to wear them in junior high. He had all the fashions. This pants must have been rich.
Oh yeah,
he had everything. And my boy Tony Washington, he had everything too.
Yep.
I was like, man, I don't know where y'all get the money for this. Then I found out later. It's funny when I grew up in the Manors, people used to buy me clothes just because they knew my dad was blind, and they said, "Oh, he can't go get you no fashions." They didn't know my dad was making more money than half the parents in there.
Right.
We were just saving it up so we could move. We weren't trying to buy no clothes.
You know what? You know what they don't have nowadays is the old school house parties. Somebody's gonna have a little function.
It's hard to have them now because people doing heinous stuff. I mean, you could even. I had a New Year's Eve party in 2001 at my aunt's house in Baldwin Hills, and I knew everybody that came, but then there was just a couple of dudes that came in, so I had to tell my cousins, like, look, you two keep your eye on that one. I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. They walking around the party. They're not looking to mingle. They ain't even talking to nobody. They're just looking around, trying to look to see what they can pick up. So the one dude, I had bought this big giant bottle of Malibu.
Dastardly.
And he comes and grabs the bottle and starts to walk out. So I signaled him and we follow him up the street. And I go, hey man, where you going with that bottle? He goes, I'm just leaving, man. I brought this. I said, that's funny because I got the receipt for it right here in the pocket.
Huh.
Mind giving that bottle up, and please don't come back here again because we know everybody here. We've been right all night. Please. But that's what you gotta when you invite people to your house or a function. You gotta be really careful that you keep an eye on strength. It's hard not. You don't know their guests. Because now you're staying there watching all the time. Like, okay, this dude went to the bathroom, been in there for a while. What is he taking out the medicine? What is he, and you got to walk in and follow afterwards and say, hey, man, what's missing in here? Take a picture of it before so you can see what they stole. It's a shame that it has to go down like that. We can't have these types of events no more unless it's closed to family and close friends because can't trust everybody to be at your house. That's why a lot of events I do now, I just do them at places. That way you steal something you don't need.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I mean, I used to do a New Year's party too at when I lived in on Claremont. It used to be fun. We used to have the themes, but man, it would be rough trying to clean up afterwards because shit.
Well, that's why your friends should be. There should be at least 4 friends that is always helping clean up at the whole party. I know I'd be one of those.
Yeah.
You know, I see stuff straight and I just go around and bam, 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 bam. Because I know it's
by
hard.
And I just mean by the time the evening is over or the party's over, everybody loaded, full.
Yeah.
Ain't really trying to do anything.
I'll let you leave my house if you messed up.
Right.
There's couch bed. There's this.
Curl up on the couch, grab a blanket and a pillow.
I had roll-out mats so that you wouldn't have to sleep on the floor. But I would never let you leave. I remember my homeboy came over and I can make it. I said, dude, you live in Pasadena. I'm in Santa Clarita. You at my house. You're not leaving. So I'm sorry. Right. That's the way it is. Oh man, my wife gonna kill me. I said, we're gonna call your wife right now and let her know what the deal is. That's basically it. I'm a good host. Caring.
Right.
Look out for you.
That.
Remember, that's a few times I've been over your house and we've been drinking and I was faded and you had to call my wife and she wasn't believing it.
Oh
now,
man,
she would believe what you say.
So
she wouldn't believe what I say. I call her, I can't really make it out there. And she goes,
okay,
let me speak to Jamal. And so you get on the phone and say, yeah, but you come pick him up if you want to, if you feel that adamant about him having to, get there.
To be home. Mm-hmm.
She goes, no, that's okay. You can stay there. Thank you, Jamal.
That's probably what she looked like too.
I don't believe you, but okay. She's probably watching right now going, I don't even talk like that.
Hello, Liz, if that's you.
Yes.
Hi. He really was faded.
Remember that was her pet name for you, Jamalito?
Yeah, Jamalito.
She never believed nothing I say. I'm like, I could physically be right there.
Right.
Like that time I got arrested at the airport coming back from Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica? Yeah.
My whole family thought I had smuggled weed. And I sat in jail for 10 days and then they dismissed the charges because it was a mistake. And so here go Liz. What did you do? You did something.
No, I did.
I said, hey, you gonna believe me? Or you gonna believe whatever you think you need to believe? Because
whatever she thinks she needs to
find out that I'm telling the truth, I need a deep and respectful apology from you. Or I will never apologize for something that I believe. I said, well, your belief was wrong. So there's a first time for everything.
Wow.
She was hardcore.
As we quickly switch subjects.
Oh, yeah, well, that's in the past. That was almost a decade.
Hey, did you? It's multiple decades. Yeah. Did you ever wear a trench coat, or is that part of the?
So I had the two-tone burgundy trench coat that Jeffrey Jameson was trying to get from his brother.
Oh, Snake.
Yeah, well, remember he was a mod. First he was a mod, and then he became a breakdancer. No, I think he was a breakdancer first, and then he became a mod. But between him and Smitty, Antoine Smith's brother, that's what inspired me to want to be a mod. And then Antoine's brother Earl was in our group. He was the best dancer in the group. His name is spelled E-R-R-O-L, so we used to always call him Errol. Errol. What's happening, Errol? It was me, Macho, DJ Jerome. No, it was like me, Donnie, Earl, Aron, Munch, Kevin, Andre, Ted.
I still can't believe Ted was in there.
So we used to have I ain't even gonna go into this. We'll talk about this offline. Because it's not a good topic to be talking about.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
But everybody wanted to hang out with us back then. Oliver, that used to dance with Madonna, he wanted to hang out. I remember one time we was leaving the club and he goes, what are you guys gonna do? I said, we about to go over here to Denny's and meet with these girls. I'm not gonna hang out with you guys. Like, okay. We used to go to all the video shoots. I was in Bobby Brown's Prerogative video, and in the crowd, of course. I remember during one of the takes, Bobby Brown fell off the stage and split his pants.
Damn.
He had an extra pair, so he had to dance with. He had to do all the dance moves without turning around. So
Turn around, right?
Kind of funny. And then afterwards, MCA had gave him the keys to the Mondrian Hotel for the whole 3rd floor. And me and I'll be sure I can say this now because this years ago. I'll be sure he had a Louis Vuitton bag full of weed. I was hanging out with Al B. Sure. I was like, say, brother, when you gonna roll another blunt?
I'm gonna stay right here next to you.
And we both had on the acid wash jean jacket pants combination. I wish I could find those videos. I had a whole photo album that Liz would not give back to me after we got divorced. I'm like, this was before you. Yeah, how you gonna like not? I had so many
hijack that.
Man, I had pictures of everybody. We had so much fun. Oh my god. Going to the parties, the civics.
Oh yeah.
And that was fun.
What about the curls? S curl.
Oh, I had one.
Jerry curls.
I thought I was El DeBarge. I had a little tail coming down the back with remember the flip hats that the bikers used to wear in tour.
Oh yeah.
Hats? So I used to put that on, have the hair coming down right here, curly, have the hair coming back out there. I thought I was like one of the 80s singing groups. Didn't ride a bike at all. Had a biker hat on.
I had the whole outfit.
And you remember the Tears for Fears glasses that had the leather on the side?
Leather on the side, yep.
That was good times.
Definitely. And then, then we graduate to high top fades, the Gumby.
I
remember
found some
Gumby
pictures.
was all
We'll show them
sloped.
next time. I had a high top one. I would walk around with a book on before the club and just pat the sides down. So to make it perfectly flat. And then you could pat the sides in because, I had like one of them Jerry curl style flat tops. So when you patted it in, after you sprayed the good Fred oil on, and you patted it in, you had that book on top. I had the perfect flat top. I was pulling all the ladies. It was like, you like his hair? He's so fine. I'd be like, oh, shucks.
No.
Not talking to me. No.
You might be able to pull off a high top right now.
Oh, look how high this
basically
hair is.
Yeah, put a book on top.
This hair is high. It's already, if I combed it out, it'd be this high.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that bad boy is. I'm just going to let it grow until it stops growing.
Hey, why not?
This is post-pandemic hair. Because if you look at any of my pictures before this, it's all bald.
Yeah, I remember. I saw one of you without hair, and I had forgotten what you looked like. I had to do a double take, be like, oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's him. I had to update all my pictures because LinkedIn won't let me verify myself because I don't look like my profile picture because it had the old one on there.
That's funny.
That's all.
All right, well.
Life in the big city.
I'm going to quit pulling stuff out the air. Other than, does anybody shop at the swap meet still?
Are there swap meets?
That's the question. I don't know.
I think
swap meet still there?
Nah, they try to they think they close that down there. First of all, you can buy stuff cheaper online now.
Online, yeah.
Majority of the places that were open with the jewelry marks, so you can go down there and buy your jewelry or get change fixed, and they do have good deals.
Get a dookie change.
But the shoes are still expensive. Like, how you gonna sell expensive shoes at the swap meet when I could just go to AliExpress and buy the same shoe for $50? But see, that's the internet. A lot of these people didn't transition over to become a hybrid store. Like, that's what happened with Toys R Us and Amazon. Amazon approached them, was like, hey, let us sell all your stuff online as well as your stores. And they were like, okay, but you got to remember, it was older gentlemen running the company, so they weren't too familiar with the online stuff. So Amazon got them really shut down. But if they were smart, and I got this from Gary V, they had locations, brick and mortars all over the United States. They could have had International Slime Weekend and bring your kids in for this free event. Guess what that's what's going to happen when a kid comes in for a free event.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to want his mama to buy him something in that store and she's going to buy something.
Right.
You know? But the problem is online stores are now taking over the brick and mortars. It doesn't pay to have a brick and mortar. I mean, look at these malls, how empty they are.
Well, it looks like Slosson's still open, though.
Oh, it's still open. It's just not as many people go there because they've had.
Yeah, I didn't think it was open still.
Yeah, the website looks all great till you go there and you see Nuck getting ready in the corner, getting ready to jump you.
There's only like 4 stores right in the middle.
No, there's a lot of stores that are just not getting any business. There's 4 people in there shopping. That's what it is. Especially during the pandemic, that's what really jacked them. Pandemic, and after that, a lot of stores didn't recover. Plus, the booth fees were kind of extraneous because of the buildings, property taxes, and all of that stuff. They got to recoup their losses. Baldwin Crenshaw swap meet been gone.
Oh, okay.
The building is still there, even though it should have been demolished a long time ago.
Demolished.
Yeah, should have been gone. I don't know what's going on out there now since I don't go out there anymore.
Right. I definitely don't go out there.
Yeah, well, I was going over there for the IT client I had, which will remain anonymous.
Right.
It's so funny. When one door closes, God opens up 2 more doors and tells you, you can go through either door if you want. You can only go to one door at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think today, what do I have a taste for? Salad. I think I'm gonna do a simple salad. It's too.
You gonna make one, or you're gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Now I'm gonna go to Bargain Market and pick up the vegetables. So I found this new way to make corn in the husk, and when it's done, you can just squeeze the husk, and the corn comes out with no hair on it, nothing. So what you do?
Got a device?
No. You're gonna laugh. You take the corn husk, the whole corn, cut off the bottom, wet a paper towel, wrap the whole thing up complete in paper towel, put it in your microwave for 4 minutes, and it comes out to be the most delicious, crunchy corn you've ever had in your life. And it slides right out of the husk with no hair. Well, you know why Garment District is a ghost town? Because of the ice raids down there now. They even send letters to the store owners telling them, there's going to be a rally this weekend. Don't open.
Damn.
Don't open at all. Tracy, I don't know what you're saying you're stupid about because I've been saying so many dumb things. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. The artist, the client formerly known as. The client formerly known as. I see somebody's hand.
That's Naima's hand.
Naima. Okay, so can you show that video? Because have you ever showed her that video?
You know what? It's been a minute. Have I showed you the video? Aisha video? Aisha. You know how Uncle B says, Naima.
And I want to get to know you better.
No, that was Rock Lobster when he did that one.
Oh, no. She was like 8 months old.
Right.
See, I'm the one that captures the videos, the embarrassing videos that your kids don't want to see later on in life.
I'll show it to you.
Oh, I got to remember next on the 25th to come over to your house.
Really? Huh.
Talking to me or somebody?
Naima. She said Sky slept late in the room with her. And Sky don't ever go in her room. Like,
oh, really?
She went to go to bed. She laid down for a while and everything.
She probably thought she needed to protect her until she went to sleep.
I guess. It's kind of weird.
Sky
today was kind of fun, man. Just going down memory lane.
Well, we gotta have certain shows that aren't so serious because people get tired of hearing seriousness.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just want to come over here and let loose, have fun, take you back. That's what Way Back Wednesdays is dedicated to. Pretty soon we'll have a schedule out. We're getting better and better with trying to make sure we got people scheduled to come on. We still have yet to get Mark to come on with his financial advice. Also,
yeah, Mark, where you at?
Putting a shout out to Ron Williams. He keeps on telling me he wants to come on, but he'll go, "Oh, y'all only do it at 10." I said, "Well, if you can't make it at 10, we can just film you and show that segment." I know, but
yeah, we can get on anytime with it.
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter. But people think that just because it says 10 o'clock and they can't make it, we can always, if you can't be on at 10, but you can be on at 6, we can record the show at 6 and then tell people, here's a snippet of what we have with the interview with this financial advisor. And pose your questions so that the next time he's on, he'll be able to answer those questions. So if you feel like you want to come on the show, but you can't because the time restraint, we'll work around you. Work around your schedule. We don't mind. That's what the show is about. It's called Altadena Talks, not Brian and Jamal and Tony Talks. Well, Tony is. There was own shows Tony Talks. But it's called Altadena Talks. So we need Altadenians to talk. Come on. Say a few words. Let us know if we're doing a piss poor job or we're doing excellent. Your feedback matters. Also, if you want to go to Google and give us a review, we can be found at Altadena Talks Foundation. And let us know. The more you give reviews that are decent, don't. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I am the review master. So if you come on there talking smack, I can get your review removed if it's not relevant. If it's relevant, I will respond to it with the appropriate response, but I won't delete. But if you're coming on there and you got one review and you give us a 1-star, I can get that off. So don't try it.
And at the same time, though, we want you to be honest. So just let us know.
No, be honest. And if it's something we look at and it's real, we'll respond to it.
Yeah,
our
don't
bad.
Come at us sideways, though.
We didn't mean to talk about Aunt Gracie like that. Sorry. We weren't trying to hurt your feelings, Aunt Grace.
Now I can figure out what I'm going to eat.
Salad for me. I still got ribs and stuff left over. I can't eat that. I've been eating those 2 days in a row. Oh, they're almost done.
Nah.
And I lost 5 pounds. I don't know how. I'm at 211 right now. Trying to get down to 200.
You know how crazy I would look at 211?
Shoot, I'm trying to get to 200 just because you remember that time I went to your reunion and I took my shirt off and my gut was all big and Jabari took that picture and he showed it to me and said, "That's not acceptable." I was so embarrassed that I went home.
That recently.
Yeah, I went home and I went on a water diet. I walked 5 miles a day. And that time you called me up and you said, "Brian, Zabari's out here. We're at El Torito." I'm coming rolling up. I didn't even say nothing. And Zabari goes, "Dang, man." I said, "Your picture inspired me, bro. I couldn't go out like that." That wasn't going to pull the ladies at the time. I'm like, I was looking
you
like.
You probably still would, but not. You didn't want to look. You didn't look the way you wanted to look.
No, I was looking like lowercase b.
Look at like me right now.
Depending on which way I turn. I can't do that no more. So, and now I'm back to it.
Yeah, my
goal. But you know what? At this point, I don't even care what I look like. As long as somebody likes me
and you're healthy,
like them back, and I'm healthy. Well, I ain't exactly healthy. I do need to quit smoking cigarettes. I do need to do that. But I had actually quit. Then the fires came. And I got all stressed out again. So guess what? Thank you. But I am down. I'm slowing down, and I want to be here in case I ever do get any grandkids. I would like to be able to say, "Yeah, I want to be telling that. Yeah, And they be like, Dad, is that really your dad? Or is that your grandfather?
Oh my God.
Oh,
well,
dang.
We're an hour and 49 minutes and 45
Yeah, this
seconds.
isn't our longest podcast, but it's close.
Nah, we've been, what, 2.5? Almost 3?
Yeah, we got a few more people joining. Let's see. We got an Instagram. Pop these up here. You know, I like to make sure that everybody gets to participate. So we got Gold Supreme Team. That's Mike, Giorgio's friend.
Oh, cool.
You know, even got the youngsters on here. Thank you, youngsters, for joining in. And we got Cindy
Cindy who?
in the house. That's Cindy Irvin, who runs Naviri Travel. So there's Gold Supreme.
I thought we might have had some Hawaiian.
No, she
viewer.
actually came on. Cindy Assam came on a couple days ago.
Oh, really?
I just didn't get a chance to post her up.
All right, Cindy Lou.
You know how we do it. We know we touching them every now and then. The longer we on, the further out it goes. She's all the way in Hawaii. So we are so glad that she tunes in, because that's what, 3 hours behind us.
It's either 3 or 4, depends on the time of year.
Yeah, so when we come on at 10, that's 6 o'clock for her. or 7.
She definitely ain't getting on.
She's catching the aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see who showed up over here on. Well, that's still the same. So we appreciate you guys coming on, and always a pleasure. We got a new thing we're going to launch July 1st. If you want to be able to sponsor the show, we'll have a page on our website that all donations for the sponsorships will go to the nonprofit. And we're going to show you the actual framing of what it's going to look like. I know I'm all late in the game.
Yeah, we'll do like a commercial to show the basics of it. And if you're interested, we'll do kind of like a consultation sort of thing and walk you through how it'll look and everything.
So it actually kind of looks like what we're showing now. Your logo, your name of your company will be up here. You'll take over this logo, and your information will be here, so that and you'll also have the ticker, which, let me get down here. So all of that will show. So it says sponsorship ticker will be placed here with vital information about company. This can be up to 200 characters and could include website information, as well as phone number or business email address. And the reason why I wrote all that out, because that's exactly 200 characters. So if you had something you wanted to say about your company, you would sponsor the show for the whole hour, or it depends on what time, how long we would go on. So if we say an hour would be this price, 2 hours would be this price, and that will be in our donation section. And we're revamping right now. So July 1st, we're going to be launching a whole new thing so that people can take advantage of our audience and, advertise and sponsor our show. So that's what it will look like. And we'll have some framing around like that. I just didn't finish it because I wanted to make sure I got the measurements for this corner and all of that.
Right. Hey, we still going to have the gear available soon too. I know we're
everything will be launching July 1st because, we just got everything switched over to a new bank, and I had to add all of the banking information to all of these platforms. So as I have been creating them, they are now going to be able to be utilized by the public. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned for that. But I'll show you this one. This is what it really looks like, so you can see what it looks like. That's what it would look like. But except that black area would be where it will be clear, and that way you can see. So we'll be putting that up on our page soon. We got a lot of stuff going on. I still got to catch up with all the events that we've been attending because I have been busy with real work in my real life, but now I got a few days to get some stuff caught up. And thank you everyone for your support. We are appreciative of your donations, and we're appreciative of the groups and the organizations that have given us grants. And we're just trying to be here for the long haul to make sure that you get what you need every day, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays we're at the events. Except this week we'll be at events Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it's going to be a busy week for me. I'm probably going to drive about 800 miles this next 4 days. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm just placed all the way to Santa Clarita. So in order for
I just keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, that's a 100-mile round trip in itself. Not to mention what I'm going to be driving around Altadena and Pasadena. And so we do have this thing coming up. We can't really announce it yet. I want to so bad, but can't. But just keep July 15th on your calendar, because there's a benefit concert going on for benefiting Altadena home owners that lost their homes and people that have been displaced. There's going to be special comp tickets. It's actually centered around the ESPYs. A good friend of mine, Michelle Stokes with Clinch Entertainment, is putting it on. As we get more information, we will be bringing it to you. But the whole thing is they're putting all this on to benefit us. So there's going to be a lot more collaborative. The podcast is going to be there for at least the first 2 hours going live. We're going to be sitting down doing interviews.
I thought you weren't saying that. I thought you weren't saying that.
I didn't say the place.
Okay.
Yeah. I just was trying to, I could say all this part because
like, all right.
Really it's for sponsors. If you're looking to sponsor something, contact us and I'll put you in touch with her. Or you can contact her directly.
That'll be a good place to sponsor for sure. It's going to be a lot of exposure.
Yeah, we may even get a chance to get her to come on, and her business partner that owns a studio in Burbank that they have graciously given us access to, so that you'll see some of our podcasts will now be upgraded on certain days to be able to be in studio.
They'll come on beforehand. We'll try to get them on before the event.
Oh yeah, probably at least once a week to keep the focus. Since we're going to be there, you know, I like to have people know stuff. So stay tuned for that. And as we come up on 2 hours in, which I'm shocked that both Instagrams are still going.
I know. Mine shut down yesterday.
Yeah, that's funny because usually the Altadena one shuts down, but you know, it's all good. I'm glad to see that, you know, the social media platforms are recognizing that we're not about that BS.
If that's what it is, me too.
Well, you know, sometimes they'll ding you for something stupid, like you talked about your ex-girlfriend's mama or something. I'm just playing. I don't talk about ex-girlfriend's mamas. Right? I'm still friends with most of my ex-girlfriend's moms, so that's a problem. They be like, I don't know why you just don't get back together. That bridge got washed out with the floods. You don't remember? I'm sorry to say. But we'll go ahead and leave y'all with that. And
let us know what y'all want to talk about.
Give everybody the peace sign.
Deuces. Have a great day, everybody. It ain't ended? Did it get locked up?
No, it's not ended, but I had to do a screenshot.
Oh.
It's taking too long.
You got it?
All right, so now we're out of here. We got any last comments or anything? Nobody's on there. Okay, we'll see you later.